You want Interstellar? Sure. We can do Interstellar. We can play anything. Hey, Bloop Sloop. Hey, Ken. Four, five, six can't be topped. 4, 5, 6 cannot be topped. It is the go-to if you're doing electronic music. It's the go-to if you're doing anime. It's the go-to if you're doing pop music. It's the go-to if you're just trying to build suspense in a movie. It's just the go-to. Hey E, good to hear from you. we need to turn these into challenge streams or something to try to drive more viewership. Or maybe we just have to be consistent. It's probably we just need to be consistent. All right. Can you try the Coda? Yeah. Yeah, we'll go to the Coda Ballad one. You're talking about, you got the Presto con Fuoco part. Oh, thank you so much, Chan11LZ. Chan11LZ. Let's appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. Oh yeah, this whole thing. All right, let's get this whole thing. Let's get this whole thing. So we got ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 So we got a melodic minor scale, right? Really fast. And then you go. So then we do the same thing. Oh, a bit before? Yeah, we can go a bit before, sure. You're talking about the Presto con Fuoco then. The fast with force. It's our umbrella, just bring it in.
And it was laying on the side where we were coming into the US.
Thank you.
So that was
Then ya da 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 da. That part? Okay. Do you want me to give you some pointers on it, or do you just want me to commiserate? I mean, it's definitely a challenging part. It reminds me of this part. There's this part in my list that I've learned. some pointers. The first thing to do is analyze that harmony like crazy. Analyze, analyze, analyze. Anytime you're doing something technically sophisticated, I think people underestimate how important it is to actually understand what harmony you're dealing with. So we have G minor, right? With the ninth in there, or the second, depending on how you think about it. I probably think about it as, anyway, the A, right? So we got ya, dot, 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 1, dot, dot, F sharp. Oh, still G minor. Always doing a weird note, right? All that's G minor. So G minor, lots of G minor, right? The other thing that we need to be aware of is that walk up, right? Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, going up, right? Yum, bum, 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 bum. Then we put it in with the right hand. Ya, da, 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 da. The right hand's walking down, the left hand's walking up. Okay, now we have the 2 chord, right? The A minor 7 half diminished. And then D7 flat 9. Okay, so let's do that part again. So again, harmony. If you're trying to learn music and you're not thinking about the harmony, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. The harmony is going to be what's going to make it super, super clear how to approach these parts. So again, G minor, left hand walking up, right hand walking down. I barely have to look at the music now because I know it. Now, A minor, diminished, half diminished 7, sorry, half diminished. D7. G minor now. Okay, here, A, D, A, right? A, D, A. Now I know the left hand. Then the right hand is just doing this little chromatic walk down. I love stuff like that because it's offset, so it just feels kind of quirky and all over the place, right? But it's still actually really easy to get your head around. So, again, first 4 measures, we got this. Beautiful. Now, what happens next? Some of the same. Almost the exact same thing, right? Now, we get some juice. We get some interesting stuff. Hey, A, blank space, blank space, blank space. Afternoon, it is mostly almost evening here, but it's summertime, so it's actually still bright out. So that's lovely. It's literally 2. Yes, but okay. Here's the deal. I want to express something that is very important if you want to be really, really good at the piano. If you're in a hurry to play something fast because it's fast, then it's going to be incredibly hard. If instead you're not in any hurry at all, because what you really want to do is you want to understand what you're playing, it's going to be so much easier. So let me say that one more time, and then I'm actually going to prove it right now for you, just so that you don't think I'm blowing smoke. if you want to play something fast because it says to play it fast, it's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to be very frustrating. It's going to be really annoying. If instead you go, I'm just going to take my time and really understand it and feel it and have my fingers work it right. I'm going to understand the harmony, so on and so forth. It's going to be actually easy to play it fast. It's kind of the paradox. It's so true of so many things, right? If you don't care, things come easier, right? It's not that you're not caring in the sense that you don't want to work at it. It's that desperation really gets in the way of learning stuff well, or even relationships. The person that really wants to be your friend really will drive you crazy. All right, Artur. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for saying true, because it is true. So, now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take those first 4 measures again, and we're going to embrace doing it again for understanding. And then we're going to try it fast. Okay, see, I'm not actually understanding how those chords work there. I understand the harmony, but I didn't understand the pattern. So let's dive in one more time. It's the same one every time. I don't know why. In my head, I want to change the chord. It's not a different chord. It's the same chord every time. I don't know what it is about classical musicians who think that if I have to be staring at the music, I can play it really, really well. It's like if you don't know it well enough to be able to do it, how do you find yourself between the keys? Don't they all feel the same to you? I think I know what you're asking. Like, how do you know where you are on the keys? Here's the truth. Over time, there's all these little indicators that tell you where the keys are. So I can still hit wrong notes, but for the most part, I can do this without actually looking at my hand. And the reason why is there's just little indicators and you get the general sense of the distance. Think about it like people doing trick shots. There's people that can literally from here on the other side of the room throw a ping pong ball and just get it in a cup, right? And what happens is the first time they do that, it may take them 1,000 tries to get their first ping pong ball in the cup. And then it takes only 100 times. And then it's like every 50. And then some people get to the point where it's like more than half the time. They will just throw ping pong ball across the room into the cup immediately. Is that per keyboard or in general? Here's the beautiful thing about piano. This distance that the keys are is regulated. So almost every keyboard, almost every piano is going to be the same distance. So that's going to feel the same. Now, the way the keys actually feel under your fingers, that is quite different and can very much throw you off. But the actual distance between keys is fairly the same. Although, another weird thing, I have a miniature keyboard. It doesn't actually throw you off too much if you play even a little bit on it. In many ways, what it really is it's the skill of understanding the distance. It's not really that you understand the distance perfectly. It's that you automate that ability of yourself to be able to feel that distance out. Okay, enough talking. Let's get back into it. This one is different. So we want da 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 da. So, okay, now we want to go faster, right? Ooh, that's a great question, Just Fair, and I want to get into that. It's crazy that you know what the note is going to sound like and fit in on certain songs you're playing. I can't explain it right, but you know the combination of keys to make certain sound. That's so cool. That is what music theory is about. Think about it like writing a story. if you understand how stories work, let's say you want to start out. There was a town, and an evil villain came and emerged it into darkness, right? But then there was a hero, right? And he tried his best to beat the villain. But then the villain struck back. And it seemed like nothing was going to go the way of the hero. But once all hope was lost, the sun started poking through. So what that is, or Artur, sorry, I just realized you did tell me your name. What that is music theory. It's intuition plus knowledge. And this is how, if you follow Brandon Sanderson, the writer, I think he talks about this quite a bit. I think he's quite smart about it. George R.R. Martin talks about this a lot. Stephen King talks about this a lot. Writers, I think, do a better job of explaining it than musicians because it's in words. So it's easier to kind of wrap your head around what they're trying to explain. And everybody understands a good story, but not necessarily everybody understands a compelling musical narrative. But it's the same. It's the same thing. All you're really doing, Brandon Sanderson, I think, is his name. I've never read any of his books, but he's all over TikTok. And he's a very prolific writer. He I think finished the Wheel of Time series. And I really like his thoughts on writing. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson, yeah. I need to read some of his books. Okay, how do you write for the left hand? I find that most of my writing gets a little bit muddy. Let's talk about that. Here's the reason why your writing in your left hand gets muddy. You're probably thinking in terms of triads. So here's the thing. Triad here sounds great. Still good, still good, still good, still good. Starting to get questionable. Starting to get gross. Not all waves are created equal. They're all quite a bit different. And as it gets lower, yes, yeah, ballad means story. You're totally right. Yeah. Ballad is like an epic, right? It comes from the word ballad. It's the same word as ballad. So like you have, the Epic of Gilgamesh or the ballad, right? It's all epic, ballad. It's all the same words. It's a big story. Big story. So triads. Triads are notes right next to each other. Skip, skip, skip. Is there a way to send music? You should join the Discord, Just Farron. If you have Discord, you can send me some music and I would play it. I'd play it for you here. Let me put a link to the Discord. Let me link you to the Discord. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Yes, let's talk about left hand while I'm linking the Discord. So typically you're doing triads in your left hand. That's what a lot of people do. Here's the problem. Yes, that's what I'm getting at, basically, Just Fair. There are intervals that are going to work better in the basement, or another way to think about is the bottom of the piano, right? The basement or the bottom of the piano. So if we're thinking about the bottom of the piano, the intervals have to get bigger and more open the lower you are. So if I am playing, so that is the Discord. If you're on mobile, unfortunately, it will not work. You will just have to copy it and paste. It won't be a direct link, but on a computer, I believe it will work. Awesome. Okay, actually, I shouldn't have closed my laptop, so I can actually see a link that you post. Sweet, sweet. Yep, I see you just joined. Yeah, you can drop in the requests if you want to share some music. Okay, so let's talk about intervals for a second. You have dissonant intervals, so you have seconds and sevenths are the typical dissonant ones, right? Those sound like hot garbage. Chuck that in the request channel, if you will. Seconds and sevenths sound like hot garbage the lower you go on the piano, right? That's about as low as you can get it. Just gross, right? I mean, if you want to go for an effect, it's almost like a sound effect at that point. It's not really musical. Thirds are so close together that you're going to have also some trouble as well. All right, no problem, E. Thanks for watching as much as you did. As you get wider, the intervals work still pretty good. The fourths kind of work, but again, they're not quite doing it. Fifths, though. Fifths almost allow you to go as low as you want. Right? And then if you go to octaves, octaves let you really do whatever you want. Octaves are really the thing that let you, that's hilarious. I just saw somebody outside. Yeah, fifths are really good. Ooh, we can do Liebstrom. Sixths have to be approached with care. Another way to think about this is every note as you go lower on the piano has more notes implied that are kind of densely wrapped around that you can hear. So let me explain that a little bit better. So every note, period, has the fundamental, which is the frequency that you're hearing and associating with that note. Yes, thank you, just fair. Overtones. So every note has overtones, but when they're played really high, those overtones are so high up and delicate that it just comes across as pretty in color and not very much. The lower they are, they almost express themselves as like full-on other notes, especially on the piano. I think guitar is quite profound with this. That's why guitarists don't really ever play notes really close together, low on the guitar. A fifth on the guitar is as rich as a major seventh chord on the piano. Like, if I want to really sound really rich and full on the piano, I play something like this. If I'm playing on the guitar, I can literally go like this. And it will sound just as rich on the guitar. And that is because of overtones. I am totally getting all over the place. But to summarize up the point about muddiness on the piano, what you really want to be focusing on the piano specifically, is once you get to G, cut out thirds, maybe start thinking about cutting out sevenths, focus on fifths and octaves. That's what I would really say. Ooh, I like that.